in the chat if you are here, and let's get started on today. So what have you all been doing? I'm sure you haven't been waiting just for me today, but I'm looking forward to having some time with you all today, and that would be really good, and to seeing you all. And today I'm going to be talking about relationships and relationship spreads and how to use the Modern Oracle deck to get the most out of it if you want to talk about relationships. So I'm just going to actually pull the deck out now, out of its box. And also, for some of you, you may not realise yet, but this month, being the month of February, we are going to be giving out a heart with every deck that's bought. So that's just one of them. There's another one here. This is a lapis heart. And we have a green one here for you, some rose quartz. And I actually keep these hearts in my box. And I have them programmed that they cleanse and clear my deck when they're in there. And I just keep them in there. So even if I'm traveling, I have got crystals with me. And they're protecting my book. We've got a couple here with me right now. Thanks, Michelle. It's good to see everyone too. And yes, I'm doing well. Aloha, Gisele. Lovely to see you. And Lorraine, I'm feeling as good as can be. And I'm actually looking forward to today. It's quite exciting. I haven't done a live about relationships and relationship spreads before. I'm just going to adjust this light just a little bit because it's shining in my eyes. And I'm looking forward to experimenting with you all today, but also teaching you more of things that you can do with the Modern Oracle. And so I put this relationship spread together because you can't always get to a psychic if you need help or guidance. I'm always inventing new spreads for the Modern Oracle deck and the Modern Oracle of Essential Oils deck as well. And this is a unique spread, and I'm sure there are other relationship spreads out there. But what I do when I create something is I just keep practicing. And when I say practicing, using it to check in on things. And there's many different relationships that you can use it for. So it could be your relationship with a business partner or work colleague, wedding planner, which having a wedding in the family recently, obviously there was those people in our lives. The council, maybe having issues with the council, family or children, and romantic relationships as well. So hi Amit, hi Michelle, and you're always amazingly creative. Thank you very much for that. I never stop, I suppose. My husband would say I'm a workaholic, but when you love what you do and you have passion, it doesn't feel like work. Hi, Christy. Thank you for all your support. Hi, Darlene and Karen. It's good to see you. So relationships, it's fine-tuning in. And I actually have a relationship spread, which you are going to be able to access if you want for today only. 14% off, and the code is LOVE14 because it's Valentine's month. February the 14th, most of you will know, is my birthday. So we're going to be celebrating a lot of things this month, a few giveaways and ways to reach out to you more and for you to be able to access more of my time as well. So when you ask the question, there's many different questions you can ask about a relationship, and the accuracy of a spread or a deck all comes down to how you ask the question and the intention you set. So I want to look at all of that today. Thanks, darling. Valentine's baby. And I'm pretty lucky because people say, do you get a Valentine's present or a birthday present? And I say, well, whatever I get applies to both. So I'm very lucky in that sense. I don't miss out. But I have a wonderful husband, and he always looks after me anyway. So I'm one of those blessed people. But all relationships require work. They don't just happen. And in the day of everything being disposable, it's quite easy to dispose of a relationship instead of trying to make it work or looking for different ways. And there's exceptions, of course. I mean, no one's going to stay in a domestic violence relationship or relationships that just can't be fixed. So when you want to ask these questions, think about carefully why you're asking them and what you want out of them. And this unique spread will teach you different ways to interact with the Modern Oracle deck and ways to get the value, the features of it as well. And in the course, I've actually put up I've got PDFs of the different places to put the cards. There's a welcome video. I put 5 PDF examples, and there's there's a few videos as well that show you examples, but I also demonstrate the spread. But today I want to work with some of you to help you with your relationships. Linda says, how do you find a way for both people to contribute to a healthy relationship? There's a lot of factors that determine that. One of them is you don't have to be exactly alike. If you were the same in everything, you'd probably get bored. Different couples bring different things to different relationships. So my husband loves change, and I can get set in my ways. My husband's very flexible, and I can be very rigid sometimes. But then I remind him that we've got to do some things, and he brings so much to the relationship. So when you look at your relationship, a lot of people feel they get to a stage where maybe their relationship is not doing so well, but they've also got to remember what the attraction was in the beginning. What brought you to that person, and are those elements or those characteristics still there? Maybe you've changed, maybe they haven't changed, and maybe there's a lot of stresses on the relationship that cause you to feel differently or think differently. Brendan says, hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you, Brendan. Hello, Corolla. You're a beautiful soul too. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Karen. So today I'm going to invite someone who wants a little bit of relationship help today, and I'll do a spread on it for you. But I need you to know that we offer guidance, and what you do with that guidance after you leave me is totally up to you. And I want someone that really needs some help to do this. So I'm not going to be doing relationships for everyone like normally where I read for every single person. But this is a learning time for you guys to learn how to look at the cards to get that out. Because I can't be objective for myself, so I might use the deck for that reason, to get more answers. Christy says, off topic for a minute, I just want to know how your eyes are going after your surgery. Are they good now, or will you need more surgery? My eyes are great. I really happy with how they are. They get a little bit dry sometimes. I wouldn't have had the surgery if I hadn't have had to have it, but having had it, I'm very happy. And I'm happy to be glasses free as well. Of course, I've always got these little standby ones for what I call ant print that no one can possibly read without glasses, something like that. And that's very tiny, so I'll use that. But thank you for asking. So, Kathy, you've said yes, please. You're the first one to say it. And so I want to have a little look. But remember, this isn't the Jerry Springer show. For those of you who don't know, it's a show where everyone goes and airs their dirty laundry. This is about guidance. So I'm not going to be as specific as I would if we were doing a one-on-one reading. What I will be doing, though, is helping you to get the gist of it and to see how you can use these cards. Now, within the deck, we have this Blessing and Prayer of Intention card, which always stays in the deck. So the first thing you do, which we're going to do now, and if you have your cards with you, you might like to work alongside with me, and as the cards come out, see what I'm seeing, and that way you'll see how I read them as well. So the first thing we do is we connect with this prayer, and you can use that if you're reading a crystal ball, if you're reading a teacup or a coffee cup, any spiritual work you're doing, this is a connection prayer. So for those of you who don't have my deck, I'm going to go through it with you now. And it asks you to center yourself by closing your eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. And you make the out breath longer than the in breath. I ask for divine guidance with the highest source of all that is good. I invite my guides and helpers to connect me with accurate and specific messages for all those concerned. May I be a clear and true channel for divine wisdom with truth and love. Amen, and so it is. I didn't close my eyes because I'd already done it earlier today, but I didn't feel the need to. And you don't need to close your eyes to read the prayer. And so that's why I left them open, so you don't think you have to memorize it. It's not needing to be done. Haley says, would appreciate to get a reading, never had a boyfriend before, and want to figure out how to attract the right one. Well, this is a relationship spread, but and Haley, I'd love to help you, but right now I have to start with the first person that said yes, please, and that was Kathy. So Kathy, if you can go into the comments and put a question of what you want to know about your relationship so we can look at it deeply, but not deep enough to worry you. And then I'm going to let you know some of the things we're going to be looking at, because the first thing we will look at is the character of the person that you're with and what your first impressions were. So remember, when we meet someone, we have an impression. And when we go through the honeymoon phase of our relationship, and then things get comfortable. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that you're happy where you are, but you still need to have some fun in your life and some spice as well. Tanya, hi there, lovely. Hi to you too. The other thing you need to look at is how they affect you now. What kind of a relationship do you have? Their strengths, obstacles or challenges in the relationship, what you can learn from the relationship, and how it ultimately affects you. And then outcomes. Now, outcomes are, there's happiness there or any things you need to be aware of. So I haven't had Kathy put any comments in as yet, so I'm still looking. Kathy, if you're still there, just ask a question of what you need to know and to do with your relationship. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting, Lorraine, you went second. Now, I also need you to put in there which relationship you want looking at. Because as I said, it could be a relationship with a child, it could be a relationship with your parents, your loved one, with a teacher at school that's you're having challenges with that teach your children. It could be any sort of relationship. So we want to look at the relationship and see how we can improve it and where we can go from there. So how are you coming back to me, Kathy, with what you want to know? No? Just while I'm waiting for you, Lorraine and Kathy, I'm just going to answer Linda Crossett's question. I have my cards ready. Would appreciate knowing why there is a lingering connection even though there is zero contact. Thank you. So that's a relationship question. And Kathy, your relationship is with your child. So Linda, I'll get to you. So Kathy, let's look at this. I'm going to knock you into these cards, and it's about the relationship with the child. And the first question I'm going to ask is what the child is like. And I'm brought up the creative card. And Kathy, you're going to have to keep interacting with me, but I'm seeing someone that surprises you all the time, but also someone that can be innovated and it has a creative side to them. And the next thing I'm going to look at is the first impression that you get when you see your child. And I want to say this child needs to be free. You can't cage them in. And sometimes you will have to walk away, though, because things might feel a little bit challenging. So how am I going, Kathy? Are you still there? And then how they're affecting you in the present time. They're a little bit of work at the moment. So that's what I would say about that. And your relationship with them, is there still unfinished business? There's things that you guys need to talk about and be looking at. within your relationship. And I want to look at the strengths of the child. And still no comment from Kathy. It makes it a little bit hard if you're not commenting. And so I want to say their strengths are that they can sometimes hold things back from you, and that makes communication hard. And challenges that you could have is the child confidence. The child needs more confidence. Kathy's saying you're spot on. Thanks, that's good to know. And I just want to know now more about what you're to learn from this relationship. And strength is what you're needing to learn. How to put your foot down, how to be strong for that child, and how to teach that child strength. And if you do ask a question like Kathy has, put a name, because it sounds a little bit better if you're able to. And how does this child affect you ultimately? You get confused. You doubt a lot of things, and there's a lot of uncertainty around your relationship with this child. And I'm just going to now ask what you need to know or to do. You're to stop worrying. Stop worrying, because it's not going to get you anywhere. Worrying's wishing for what you don't want. And overall, when I look at this, it's going to be a time before you can get this relationship on the right track or where you want it to be. But I do feel that there is a lack of trust there as well. And that's something you're going to have to work on. So I got all that from a relationship spread. Kathy, was I still on track? Let us know so people can see that the relationship, the deck actually, or the spread actually does come into that. Now, while I'm waiting for some feedback, I'm going to go back to Lorraine Watson, because you asked, when will I meet a loving relationship with a genuine, honest man? Lorraine, I want you to ask about an existing relationship that you have. Otherwise, I'll have to look at your ex. So I'll give you some time to choose a relationship, because this is not about finding the relationship. It's about dealing with and improving and how to handle a relationship, which we all have, because we have relationships with everyone. For an example, who did we have next that I said I would look at? Crystal, if you want relationship guidance, can you just put who you want to know about and what the issue is that you want me to look at? Haley, how come I conflict with both my parents often? I honestly do not feel I can never fully fix issues I have within us, because we both seem stubborn. Maybe I'm not sure. Haley, I love that you've asked this. This is for Haley. Let's have a look at what's going on with your parents. Now, remember, we're looking at two parents here, not just one. And so I'm just going to look at what your parents are like, what we're finding out from here. I feel that with your parents, you never can get a grasp of what's happening. It's almost like they're a bit contrary. No matter what you do, you're not seeming to get in there. And there's a lack of trust within the relationship with both of you. And that's why this card has come up. And when people see your parents, what they're seeing is that your parents are betraying that they're not at fault here, that they're not broken. Okay, so that leaves it that you're broken, but that's not exactly how it is. And how they affect you is they make you feel sad about the whole thing, but you're on this major guilt trip all the time. This guilt trip just keeps happening. And you worry and stress about it. And even though you tell yourself you don't, subconsciously you are. And then the relationship that you have, if you want to make it better, you've got to try and find a new way. But they look at you as a child. So they're always wanting to judge, discipline, and have comments about it. But just like a child, you don't need that guidance anymore that a child needs. And their strengths that they do have is that they would like to make things happen for you, but They don't even know how to communicate or relate with you, and they've become very much into their own world. Does this all make sense, Hayley? Let me see. Kathy says, thank you so very much. It helped me so much. Hayley, yes, I agree. Thank you. So true. They definitely do look at me as a child still. Totally. So they're looking for, like some parents do, they're looking for when you fall down or when you may do something they don't agree with. And yet they're not in these modern times where things are different. You can't judge your generation with a different generation, and you actually do try. I'm seeing that you try very hard. The obstacles and challenges are a lack of support. You don't get encouraged very often. You don't get told that what you're doing is right. You're more or less chipped or picked up instead of being encouraged, which is a sad thing. What you're meant to learn from this relationship, because we all come into this world to learn something, is how to be more supportive to your own family, how to comfort and give them all the things that you don't get. And how your relationship will ultimately affect you is it stops you from moving forward because you're always second guessing everything when it comes to your relationship with your parents. You feel like you're just starting to get ahead and then bang, you're knocked back down again. And that's really hard for you to take. And how you need to address this and what you can do towards it, or how, what outcome can be, is focus on your own home. Give your parents the benefit of the doubt, interact when they need to interact, and don't buy into any negativity with them. They try hard, they actually do love you, but they're always wanting to find reasons to improve you. And you can improve this relationship, but basically you have to live your life and do it your way. Be there for them when they need you, and teach them how to love again. And do that through showing it through the love of your family unit. So I hope that helps, Kathy. Leave me some. Wait a minute, was that Kathy? Where am I going back up here? I get stuck in it and then I don't see where I'm going. Hayley, sorry. Look at that, Hayley, and let me know how you feel it went. Yes, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. That's so good, Hayley. I'm going to go back now and look through some other messages and see what I can find, because that was a really good question and it gave me the information so other people could put it into context and they knew what we were talking about without giving too much away. Now, Christy, you've got a really good question there. And yours is, can I ask when we'll get married? We've been together for 22 years. Now, I must tell you, I was reading for a lady once, and she was a mature lady. And I said, you've been married an awful long time. And she says, no, we haven't. She says, the bastard won't marry me. Probably meant to say that, but that's how she said it. And I said, well, it feels like a marriage to me. She says, well, it is. She said, but he won't give me his name. And by the end of the reading, she'd come to accept that everything was perfect and he didn't feel that he needed to make a change because everything was good. And he actually had this fear that if he changed something, then their relationship would change. And that was why he hadn't committed. But he was a wonderful man. He did everything right, didn't do anything wrong, but she wanted him to put a ring on it and he didn't want to. So let's have a look at you, Christy. 22 years of unmarriage. I want to know what we need to know to get Christy to get a ring put on that finger. So let's look at what your partner is like, Christy. He doubts everything. He's uncertain, and he shouldn't be doubting you, but it's how he observes the world and what he's seen in the past that causes that doubt. And possibly the story I told you has a little bit of context in it. And when we look at your partner, what's the first impression that we would get? That he is a positive person, but he doesn't think it needs fixing. So if it doesn't need fixing, if it's not broke, why do we have to do anything? And how this affects you is that this is a loose end that you want to tie up. You want to tie the knot. You want to get married. And whilst you're happy going on the way you are now, in the back of your mind, it's like, I deserve to be married. I deserve to be able to take your name. I deserve for you to want to marry me. And then the relationship you have, when we look at that, because there is some stress around this whole situation. And the more you push it, the more stress there is. And I do feel he has a little bit of guilt about it. But it's that case of, well, I've got you. Why do I need to change anything? And then if we look at the strengths there, he is encouraging. And you can do this. You just have to cop him at the right time and give him reasons why you need to have a ring on it, how it makes you feel. But at a time where you're both mellow and just sitting there and just start talking about it and just saying that, you want to know that you own, not so much own, but you have that connection and that you can be together, married together. And so let's look at the obstacles and the challenges. The obstacles and challenges are, you want to do it right now. Don't want to wait anymore. And you can't see any reason why it can't happen. And of course, he will have excuses. And now we're going to see, what can you learn from this? You just have to make peace with it for the moment. And he has to think it's his idea. That might not seem fair, but he has baggage that he's hung on to, and that's made it hard for him to take this step. And why spend money on a wedding? There's plenty of reasons to, but that's where we're at. And how it affects you is sometimes you feel like you just want to run. Why am I doing this? Why am I still here? He's not even giving me his name. And where you can go from this is you can cross the line. See, she's ecstatic, arms open wide. It can happen for you. And you're encouraged to find that quiet time and discuss it and say it'd be a positive change for you. It would make all the paperwork a lot easier and make everything easier. And if you truly want it, all you need to do is manifest it, you yourself, because you can do that. So, Christy, give us some feedback on how that has gone and what you're thinking, and let me know how things fell with that one. So I've used the relationship spread to do all that. And I'm just looking back now to say hello to Moira. You want to know about a business relationship, especially to do with a group of women online, please. Okay, Moira, let's have a little look at this. And thank you for giving me the context to put in so that our viewers can see what is happening as well. So I'm going to tap you in, Moira, into this. So it's your energy now. And I'm just going to, I see some of my followers are saying hello to some of my other fellows. Hello, Kay Lewis. Nice to see you. Hi, Joyce McClure. Hi, Jules. Now, let me see. Where were we, Moira? Business relationship. Let's see what they're like. What we need to know. Well, they're women. And you said a group of women, and so they've come down to it. And with them comes the moods of some people. They're not always going to agree, but I do feel that sometimes I think, Moira, you are so precise and incisive, and you know what you're doing, and you're so powerful. Your gifts are so powerful that I don't know why you need others, to be honest with you. Now, impression on this group is that they want to do it their way, and sometimes you need to do it your way, and there has to be a case of everyone working in together and being cohesive, because I feel like someone will break away. And how it's affecting you is, look, you're doing this because you want to help people, but you need to also be treating it as a business, and businesses need to make money or they're not going to. And I don't know that everyone's on the same track with that. The relationship that you have is, you don't like to be caged in. You don't want to be told what to do because you know. And you want to be heard. And so very much you may come to the stage where you want to walk away from this. And the strengths of being in this group and the whole issue around it is, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to be totally frustrated. So the only strength I can say is you'll get more practice. How much practice do you need of dealing with complicated people? And you've got to learn, you'll get stronger at holding your temper, I suppose, or not saying what you want to say. How am I going with this, Moira? Give us some feedback. Now, obstacles and challenges. Stress. It's going to stress you out, and you're going to feel guilty because you give it your all and then you've gone, oh, well, I've wasted my time. And remember that this is looking forward. So now what you will learn from this. Have confidence to go alone. Have confidence that you are blessed and guided and that you have everything, and you really don't need business people or business partners, because you bring your bit and then you just get everything taken from you. It's like it's a one-sided thing where you're the giver. Now, how's this going to affect you? You need to stand your ground, dig your heels in. You're not afraid of opposing anything, and you are strong, and you need to stay strong. And, you know, if you don't like something, you've got to cut all the ties. So let's see where we're going with this. What's your final word on it? Look, you're going to have to disregard it. Forgive those that are not on the same wavelength as you or on the same level as you, because, whatever you get into, you're always teaching them, and you're always giving, and you're always trying to do so much for them all, but you're not necessarily getting it back. You're actually getting drained. You and I both know that there always has to be an exchange of energy, and if there isn't, well, then things don't work. So, you're just going to get more frustrated and stressed. Make peace with yourself, and you're just probably going to have to walk away. I'm sorry to hear that, but you need to be now doing things for yourself, because you've spent most of your career helping others and helping set up others and being a support and teaching them. And now, you're attracting people that need all that, but there's nothing in it for you. So I hope I hit the button there. You're a Taurus, totally. I've got 2 Taurians in my family as well. So, yes, Maura, I hope that has helped. I hope that has helped a lot. And I'm just looking to see where I go back now and see if I had any response from, where was Haley? Did you get back to me, honey? And I hope I did help you. So I hope I helped. Now, how I'm doing this, if you want the mini course online at Thinkific, Love 14's the code, and it's only going to cost you $25, which is a lot. You get all these examples, you will get videos, you'll get PDFs, and I go through it in detail on how to do this. And you get to see more, and you do it at your pace, and you have it forever. You can do it as many times as you want, and you just have to go to my link on Thinkific, and I'm going to get that for you so that you can go there, and it's not so hard for you to do. I'm just getting that link for you now, and then you'll be able to, because the links normally are up there, but I'm just not seeing them, so I'm going to find them for you now, and then you'll be on your way and able to do it. Let me see. It's my Thinkific site, and where are we? Thinkific. There we are. Let's copy that in, and I'll put it down here, and I'll send it. So it's gone into the thing there. So if you want to get that course, it's only 14% off today. So it's $29 normally. You're probably going to save less than a cup of coffee, I suppose, but it'll go down to $25, which is very reasonable for what you get. Now, thanks, Jules. You'll be using that reading for sure. And thank you so much, Brendan, for putting the link up. You're just amazing. And thank you for that. Moira, amazingly accurate as usual, my special friend. Oh, thank you, Moira. That's so lovely. Hello, Lynette. I hope you're keeping well. You found me. Yes, you did. Nice to see you too. Now, I've got Christy back here. Thank you so much. He is a really good man, but he's a truck driver and always feels like he never got time for anything. But you're right. With letting him think it's his idea, that's how I get him to do the easiest tasks. I give him the information and sit back and wait for sure. You're so wise. I really, really respect you for that. Information and sit back and wait. Sure, he will come to me and say, hey, I had an idea, lol. I also think it's taken a long time to get married because his family doesn't like me. I've never been good enough for their son. 22 years and 5 kids together, you'd think they would. Look, some mothers and parents, no one's good enough for their son. And you had not to take it personally. Honey, you've got the biggest heart out there. And you are a wonderful person. And he does truly love you. And you do put up with quite a lot with the parent in-laws. So you know what? You're the prize. Be the prize. And yes, you're handling him the right way, because he'll only get his back up if you try to push him too much. So, thank you so much for getting back to me with that feedback. That was lovely for you to come back with that. Okay. Kay, you've got Lewis, you've got a question. I've just lost my grandma, who was like a mother to me, being the most important relationship I've ever had. And now I feel lost, beyond lost. Without her, does the universe have any guidance for me at this time? Kay, your relationship was extremely special. And there are these people that come in to your lives for that reason. And you were like a daughter to her. And she had to step up and give you that extra that you needed and be there for you. And your grandmother will love you and support you, and she is supporting you from beyond as well. And she wants you to know that you haven't lost her. She's always going to be there, but she was like an angel to you, and she gave you lots of confidence that you weren't getting from other areas, and that you were very much more like your grandma, and so you could relate to your grandma very much. She was your biggest supporter, very much so. She was always there for you and behind you. And now you just have to find another way to communicate with your grandma. And I want you to say hello in the mornings when you wake up, and good night in the evenings, and ask her to send you some signs, and then pay attention, Kay, to what signs come. My mother recently, she put M in crab poo on the sand. I call it crab poo because those little balls that they digest the sand, that comes back out and it makes letters and shapes. And there it was as I was walking along the beach. And another time she put the initial K on the ground made out of leaves. And people could have scattered those leaves and they were still there in time for me to see. So, and most of you know I lost my mum last year. So they find a way to communicate with us, Kay, and that makes a lot of difference. And so I hope I've helped you there, Kay, because today yes, you had a wonderful relationship with your grandma and you needed to know how to continue that relationship. And so I've just answered that very much. But she was very smart, your grandma, and very wise, and she gave you the nurturing that you needed, someone that you knew that you could trust as well. So that is a good thing, that you know, it's not good that you lost your grandma, but that she is still there with you, okay? So let me see what we have here. Don't forget, if you want to know how to do what I've just been doing and do it for yourself and for all your relationships, go to that link in the chat line, Katy-K Thinkific, and the code is LOVE14, and you get 14% off code. And I also want to remind you that every deck you order this month, you will receive a little crystal to put in your box with your deck to energetically charge it and protect it. So if I could hold it up properly, you'd see, but you can see there's a lot of crystals in this box, and that's because I had one, then I fell in love with another one, and then another one, and then they all just started to accumulate. And when I'm traveling, I've got crystals there with me, so that's really good. Moira says, I'll now turn the page to a new chapter called All by Myself. There's a song called that, Moira. I flourish and fly. Yes, you will. Now, I have to say that you make me laugh. Now, Kay says, thank you in tears because you're so spot on. Look, you couldn't have found a more beautiful mentor, Kay, honestly. Her energy is just amazing. She was very young in her thinking as well, and that's what you needed. So very much, she was an angel, very much an angel. Now, I have to go back because there was someone, and when I'm in this stage, I forget who I promise things to. And if I promised you something, please just remind me. But I thought there was someone that I said I would look at, and I can't find where they are. Okay, Marianne Mazza. You support me a lot, and I've seen your name so many times, and I want to help you with this one. Always butting heads with my eldest daughter over everything, both Geminis and headstrong. It hurts me and I cry to release my emotions. Marianne, let's see what's going on. We're going to do the relationship spread. I'm going to put Marianne's energy into the deck, and I'm going to pull a card, and I just want to look a little bit further at what your daughter is like, your eldest daughter. She's a bit of a risk taker, but she leaves you feeling up in the air. And she doesn't always understand what you're saying, and you're only trying to stop her from making mistakes or help her in that way. You're never judgmental at all, but you have experience, and she just runs headfirst into things. And, you know, here you are just wanting to look after her. And see, the little girl's got all the protection on, and she's got her training wheels off, and there it's like your eldest daughter, even though she thinks she's got her training wheels off, she doesn't have the insight that you have. And all you want to do is protect her. And how this is affecting you is it's making you feel sad. It makes you feel so sad, as you said, you cry, but you're frustrated because you aren't connecting on any level at all. And, you know, you don't feel like you have any control over this at all. None whatsoever. And you're just hoping that things will change and things will get good. And you want to have the best relationship. And I'm sorry that it's not working for you. Your relationship very much is she wants everything now, doesn't have any patience, and you're always feeling like you're fixing things as well. Now, let's look at what can happen. If you keep worrying and stressing, it's not going to get you anywhere, because I always say worrying and stressing all that will do, the universe goes, she won't keep quiet about it. Let's just give it to her and shut her up. So the whole relationship is full of worry, stress, and the guilt bombs keep coming at you. You've got to watch those guilt bombs. Try and dodge them. So let's see what challenges there is. You can't keep on track. And all you want to do is put an end to all this adversity, or, in the fact that I really feel that there's two sides to her sometimes. And so you never know whether she's going to burr up or not. Do you know what I mean? Whether something you say will cause an issue when it shouldn't. And she's very sensitive. So you're always biting your tongue. You've got to understand that she loves you, but you're coming from a place of a parent, a loving parent that just wants to help her. And so, what you're learning from this is that when you are dealing with her, all you're getting is your heart broken time and time and time again. And that causes more worry and stress and guilt. And what it's doing to you is making you undecisive. You don't know if you're going to be saying the right thing or making the right decision. And it's affecting you. It's taking your confidence away in your relationship. I feel that, when I bring up this outcome and what we can do, that you guys are always going to butt heads. There's always going to be some battling there because you are different. And the best thing, she wants someone that's going to agree with her, and you can't. But the best thing is you let her make her own way in life, make her own mistakes. If you are supplying any money, cut it off. It's not being earned. It's not being respect. You're not being respected in some ways, and you both are different. And she's not a bad girl. It's just that you two clash, and she will get attention one way or the other, and she's getting it that way. So turn your relationship around. It is possible to make it positive, but you are going to clash. You're going to have to just bite your tongue if you don't want to clash, and make your focus on something else. Be there when she needs you, and love her unconditionally anyway, as I know you do. But don't take it to heart. Don't let her make you cry. When you feel in that situation, find something loving and be with those that don't make you cry, because that's who we want to be with. And if she's going to keep making you cry, minimize your time. All right, I hope that helped, Marianne. Give me some feedback so I know I'm on the right track, and and where we're going with this. And that would be really good. That would be really good. So I hope I've helped you all today, and just wanted to introduce you to this relationship spread. I'm trying to do different things each month to show you how the cards can be used differently. And how I'm going to finish up today is I'm going to give as many of you as I can a message of guidance from the Modern Oracle of Essential Oils deck. So, I'm not sure if you're still here or not, but you'll probably watch the replay. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and quickly pull some cards for those of you who have joined me that missed out on an example today from the relationship spread. And I will pull a card. The first one is for Raman Deep. Let's see what the universe wants you to know, Raman. A positive change to your work or life situation is possible and achievable if you work hard. Look out for opportunities to impress. You got blue tansy there. And look at what you can achieve and how you're going to do it. Start setting up your 5-year goals. That would be good. Your affirmation for this week is, I work hard and receive rewards for all my efforts and time. Okay, Raman. Michelle Ann, great to see you. And here's one for you, Michelle Ann. Patchouli would be a good essential oil for you to work with. And it says, don't let the scales tip in the wrong direction. Find some balance in your life and think carefully about your actions. Your affirmation is, I have balance in my life and move forward in a positive direction. You have been out of balance a little bit, but you know how to fix it, and I'm sure you're going to get on track with that. Patchouli smells lovely too. Giselle, aloha, beautiful Giselle. Let's get a message for you. Cypress. Get moving, do some exercise, move as much as you can to go forward and be motivated. It's about being energized and re-energizing yourself. You will have to be a little bit adaptable, and your affirmation is, I am strong. I enjoy exercise. It nurtures and strengthens my body and mind. You're going to hate me telling you to do exercise, I'm sure. But cypress, it's got a lovely fresh smell, and you could diffuse that as well. Lorraine Watson, let's get a card for you. Geranium, loving, trusting, tolerant. Nurture and love those in your life. Hug those that love and guide them with grace and ease. Your affirmation, I love and nurture the people in my life who are important to me. There you go. You will have to be tolerant this week as well. Now, let's see. Ahmed, good evening to you too. Let's pull a card. The intention is a message of guidance. It's time for a fresh start. Create that new beginning. It is never too late to start again and allow transformation. You got Basil. Energize, rejuvenate, renewal. It's all about renewing things. And of course, we're going into the post-shadow period, or we're in that, of Mercury in retrograde. And Mercury is all the re-words. Mercury in retrograde, so re-energize, redo, renew. And that's what you've got here. Michelle Ann, message for you of guidance. Roman chamomile, I love that card. I love the colours. It's so soft and gentle. It's about being calm, purposeful and guided. It's okay to take your time and just cruise along right now. Don't be in a rush to make any big decisions. Look out for an opportunity for travel plans. Your affirmation, I have all the time that I need to do all that is necessary. Stop, think and take your time. Now, who have we got? Darlene Redmond. Gosh, there's probably going to be too many. Darlene. Frankincense, discernment, protective strength. Frankincense, time to step up and be protective and a source of strength to those around you. Lead by example and provide loving support. Your affirmation is, I am loving and supportive to all those around me. I'm strong enough to do anything I desire. Frankincense is a very spiritual oil. Karen Cunningham. Hi, Katie. Hi, Karen. Patchouli. We had this one out before. Don't let the scales tip in the wrong direction. Find some balance in your life and think carefully about your actions. Have your affirmation, I have balance in my life and move forward in a positive direction. There you go, patchouli. I would use that oil, Karen. Bridget Tickle Desha. Bridget, your mother was one of my mentors when it came to Aurosoma. I loved that she knew everything Aurosoma. Rose, beautiful. Love is in the air, be loving and you'll be loved. A romantic time ahead for you. Tell someone you love them. I am loving and I am loved. Gorgeous. Now we did Darlene. Joyce, you're not late. Let's get you a card. Jasmine. This can be an amazing time for you. Be sure to surround yourself with positive people and work with pure intentions. Your affirmation, I surround myself with positive energy and think positive thoughts at all times. There you go, Jasmine. Corolla. Hello, beautiful. Clove. Independent, strength, courageous. This is a time to stand up for what you believe in. Be firm, take control and make it happen. Don't stand back and wait. You've got this. Your affirmation is, I stand up for what I believe in and I'm growing stronger every day. Brendan, did I do you before, sweetheart? You know, I forget who I've done and who I haven't done. So I'm just going down. I don't think I did, Brendan. Let's get a message for you. Wild orange. Money and good fortune are coming your way. A good time to look at new investments and for ways to increase your income. Your affirmation is, money and blessings come to me with grace and ease. And I do believe we discussed another way you could be making some money right now. Karen King. Cilantro or coriander? Make the changes you've been wanting to make, and then you can blossom into the person that you want to be. There are a lot of changes coming your way that are leading to transformation. Your affirmation, I am always improving and transforming for the better. Cilantro or coriander, essential oil would be good for you. Now, did I do Chrissy? I don't know. Chrissy DePayne. I know I did Mary Ann with a relationship reading. Myrrh, trusted, nurtured, safe. Go where you feel safe and secure. Now is not a time to be taking risks. Do what you know and feel comfortable doing. Your affirmation, I am always safe and secure. I am loved. Now I'm going to keep going for the next 5 minutes and then I have to stop on time. So, Kathy Sal. So I'll be trying to do these as quickly as I can. Kathy, eucalyptus. Look to improve your health and make healthy choices. There is a healing taking place at this time. Your affirmation, I always make choices that heal my body and improve my health and situation. You need to recharge right now, Kathy. You need to also be looking after yourself and looking into your wellness. Now, did I do Lorraine? I'm sure I did. Yes, I did. Going back down. Linda Crossett, I think you are right. I've grown and he decided not to come with me on that journey. I think you're right too, Linda. Clary Sage, you have strong intuition. This is the psychic card, it matches. Trust in what you receive and believe in your amazing gifts. Be open to new ideas. Your affirmation, I have powerful and amazing gifts and trust in my abilities. I am supported. There you go. Haley, Haley, I thought I did Haley. Haley, let's get one anyway. Geranium, nurture and love those in your life. Hug those you love and guide them with grace and ease. I use geranium essential oil. I put a little bit in the dryer on a cloth. It makes it smell like a day spa. It's beautiful. Affirmation, I love and nurture the people in my life who are important to me. Also put it in the washing machine sometimes. Another trick I do is I'll get it on a bit of cloth and then I'll rub it over the pillow slits or the sheets when I make a bed, and it leaves that nice smell there. Tanya Misty Peterson, hi there, lovely, to you too. Now, marjoram, there you go. Don't let your life unravel. Finish all those unfinished jobs before you start any new ones. Let your barriers down and trust. Your affirmation, I can do anything and I am successful. I'm always moving forward. These cards are available at my website, just as the Modern Oracle is, www.katy-k.com. And you can get yourself a guided message every day. They're safe enough for children to use and they can't be misunderstood. So that's really good. Dana Harris. Let's get a message for you, Dana. I'm sorry I can't do relationship spreads for all of you, but I am offering you the online course. 14% off today only. Code is LOVE14. It's going to cost you $24.95. So cheap. Black and pink pepper. An offer is coming your way that may have conditions that are not favorable. Sometimes things are too good to be true. Be aware of people being untruthful. Your affirmation, I only attract positive opportunities and I am strong. I know what's going on here. Yes, that's what's happening. There we go. Crystal Walsh, let's get some guidance for you. Black or pink pepper, would you believe? The same one came out. An offer is coming your way that may have conditions that are not favorable. Sometimes things are too good to be true. Be aware of people being untruthful. Your affirmation, I only attract positive opportunities and I am strong. There you go. Black and pink pepper essential oil can also be used in your cooking. If you use a reputable brand, I know doTERRA is a reputable brand that has black or pink pepper. And Kathy Sal says you're spot on, spot on. That's what I want to hear. Thank you, Kathy. So true. Wendy Irvine. Oh, lovely to see you. Let's get a card for you. And the card is Rose. And I wouldn't have expected anything else. Love is in the air. Be loving and you'll be loved. A romantic time ahead for you. Tell someone you love them. Your affirmation is, I am loving and I am loved. You are full of compassion, Wendy. And let me see. Amy Bone. Hi, Katie. My marriage hasn't been, honey, you missed the relationship spread. But if you get the course online, you'll be able to do that. I am going to pull a card of guidance for you, Amy, and it's lovely to see you join me. Amy used to babysit Chloe and John when they were little. She's a lovely lady. Wild Orange. Money and good fortune are coming your way. A good time to look at new investments and for ways to increase your income. Your affirmation is, money and blessings come to me with grace and ease. There you go. There's all these people coming back into my life from years ago, and Amy's one of them. Janine Brecken. I can't do your reading for you, but I am coming live again in a few weeks' time, possibly sooner. And so get the relationship spread, 14% off with the code LOVE14. Let me get a bit of paper and write that down so you know exactly what I'm saying in case you're not understanding. And I'll hold it up for you. And the link to go to Thinkific, or you can just go to my website and click on the online courses and it'll take you there. But LOVE14 is the code. Knowing Bree, my PA, it probably worked tomorrow too. She gives it a bit of a buffer. So, 24 hours from now or a bit longer. So, did I do Amy? Yes, I did. Janine, I was up to. Janine Brecken. Sorry, Janine. Magnolia. There you go. It's beautiful. Happy times ahead, and there could be cause for celebration. Find the joy in your heart and choose to be happy. I will find happiness and joy in my life is your affirmation. Magnolia essential oil is quite a healing oil too. I would suggest you use some of that one, Janine. Linda Crossett, I'm pretty sure I did you. I'm just rolling back up to see. Don't want to take too much time. Yes, I've done you, darling. Right. Moira, I did you. Jules, card for you. Borvate. Now, I could have said that wrong, maybe. I'd have trouble with that one. It may seem like there are challenges and delays around at this time. Just ride it through. This time will pass. Trust in divine guidance. Your affirmation, I rise above all obstacles and challenges in my path. So there you go. Use that oil. Moira's done, Jules done. Donna Trask. Now let's see. Cedarwood. This is a time of contracts and commitments. New partnerships or old ones are renewed. A coming together of like-minded souls. Enjoy. Your affirmation is, I honor my commitments and connections. I have loving relationships. There you go. And Jody Darren. Let's get one for you. Yarrow. There you go. This is a good time for travel and making travel plans. Well, as much as you can, but the borders are open. If you feel like taking off, do it. Leave your troubles behind. Find your freedom and emotional balance. And I also want to say, find some time to go out into nature. That would be good for you. Your affirmation is, I'm safe and happy in all my travels. I only have positive experiences. So that's a good one for you. I've done you, Joyce and Jules. Kay Lewis. I can't remember if I did. Kay Lewis. Let's get one for you. I'll do a few more and then I really have to go. Okay, lemon or lime? I like that in my water, actually. Hurry up, stop procrastinating, focus on what you desire. It's the right time now. Your affirmation is, I am motivated to achieve all my goals in a timely manner. There you go. And Mary Laughlin, nice to see you, Mary. Long time no see. Pulling a card. Copeba, whichever way, another one I struggle with. Watch out for conflict and strife. Someone's pushing your buttons and it could easily get out of hand. No need to take on any new battles. Discernment is needed. Your affirmation is, I handle all situations with grace and ease. I have peace in my life. There you go. See that? Oh, I'm wearing out, guys. I did those two. Lynette. Hello, lovely to you too. And I'm pulling one out for you, Lynette. Cedarwood. This is a time of contracts and commitments. New partnerships or old ones are renewed. A coming together of like-minded souls. Enjoy. Your affirmation is, I honor my commitments and connections. I have loving relationships. Well, guys, I'm going to have to stop because I'm floundering here. I've done over the hour and I could go on forever and ever and ever and ever. I'll just read some comments. Maurice says, lovely gift, Katie. Will purchase the essential oils for my monster. She's not a monster. Daughter, she loves mine, so now she can have her own deck and signed by you with a crystal heart. Oh, thank you, Maura. That's lovely. You rock. So do you. Made my day. Love you too. Michelle, I want to say that your mum and dad are both around you. Mum is giving you a hug and dad is kissing you on the top of the head and saying that they love you. So know that they're there, and they're showing me a flower. There's a connection through a flower for you guys. So Marianne says, Katie, oh my God, you're so spot on. It's like you were the counsellor. I take it to heart because I lost my mum at a young age, but gave me some great tips. No money exchange. She has her own dollars and laughed at the guilt bombs. Thank you. Yeah, and that money thing is that keeps you on a level playing field as well, because she's not a bad person. It's just you're too different. So thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your guidance. Looking back now, I see that I've probably covered everyone except for two people. One is Debbie Florence Sue, and I can't help myself. I'm going to get one for you, and I'm sorry I butchered your surname. And I'm Katie. Mandarin or tangerine. Fun times ahead. Release your creative side and enjoy yourself. Fill your life with healing color. Your affirmation is, I'm creative and will allow myself to express my creativity without limitations. That's your message. And the other one that I just noticed is Michelle Mortensen. Maybe I did you, maybe I didn't. But I don't want to have missed you. So in case I didn't, wait a minute, I've gone back up again. Oh, you're going to buy the course. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Christy. Have an amazing weekend. Thanks, Marianne. Thanks, Jody and Amy. Thank you, everyone. Janine, I'm glad you love Magnolia. It does smell nicer after you've had it on a little bit. And let me see, where was it? There was one more up there that I said her name, and now if I don't do it, I will feel like a heel. No, I spoke to Michelle. I gave her a message from her mum. So that is good. Now, everyone, if you get in early with me, you're bound to get a reading, because I'm an overachiever, type A personality, want to help as many people as I can. But I have not been well lately, so I can't keep going. I have to try and stay on top of my energy. Love that you all join me, and I really appreciate your time. And I'm only a Zoom call away. You can contact me, book with me. I have 30-minute appointments and 1-hour appointments. I have online courses, and join me at Everything Modern Oracle. I have a wonderful group there. No one's judgmental. They love it so much that it's only supposed to go for an hour, and it goes for nearly 2 hours because we learn a lot more than about the Modern Oracle. And at $100 for a month, like 4 weeks of nearly 2 hours, you can't get that value anywhere. And the people I'm with get one-on-one interaction. And there's quite a few of you on here. And so they're joining me because they're enjoying being in my Thursday night development class at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's Queensland, Brisbane time. And they're learning, they're getting ahead. They're all levels. Got some professional readers, we got some newbies, no one judges anyone, everyone enjoys it, and you get to interact with me. And nearly every week you're getting some sort of guidance or readings. So come and join me. You can book that too on the link where you're going to get the course from the relationship spread. So please join me. And if you think, oh, well, you've had 1 week go by already and there's only 3 left, you're still getting amazing value. You'll never get value like that again. So join me, and I'm sure you're going to have fun and you'll love it. So all take care. Jules says, best group ever, $25 a session, amazing group. That's true. Thank you so much, Jules. Okay, take care, everyone, and I will see you again soon.